That's what they're working on. No, we don't.
Okay.
They're going to try to put some more.
Okay.
We need.
That's all right. I'll wait by the door instead.
I'll scan.
Check. had patients tell me that they, were reviewing places to retire to, and they chose FAIRHOPE because of Thomas Hospital and because of the physicians here in the community. So they knew they had excellent health care.
I love Thomas Hospital because of the friendly atmosphere.
They can view it as a trusted friend or a place where they can have confidence and know that they can come and get a fair assessment.
We do see a lot of the patients that we take care of in the emergency room outside of the hospital, and they always come up to us and say thank you, and they're very grateful for the care we provide here.
The patients feel like they are part of our family too, because they don't feel like they're just a number.
Everybody's really committed to serving the community here. You can see that it's evidenced every day by what the staff does to go above and beyond the extra mile for taking care of patients, really meeting their needs.
good morning. Hey, I'd like to welcome everybody. FAIRHOPE High School, what a great place. I'm John Howell. I'm assistant principal in the athletic academy. It's a very special day for our school, for our community, for our student athletes, parents, grandparents, and friends. The stress and strain on a high school athlete is unbelievable in today's time. The workload that they have just being a student at FAIRHOPE High School, lumped on top of all the athletic workouts, games, and other things they have to attend. It's a very special honor for these student athletes to be here today, continue their careers at the next level. And they can't do it by themselves. You know, teachers, coaches, parents, grandparents, friends, relatives, the community of FAIRHOPE provides fantastic academic and athletic resources for our students. It's a team effort. And it makes us so proud when those students wear that FAIRHOPE honor across their chest and they represent us across the state and across the Southeast sometimes as student athletes. First and foremost, we've got to thank Principal John Carter. Without him being the way he is and leading the school in the direction he does, none of this would be as flawless as it is. So I want to give him a congratulations. I'm going to have to get the BSN and order a larger backdrop because we have so many athletes signing, we're having to break it up into 2 sessions. So what we'll do, we have the first session. Each coach will come up and talk about the student athletes. At the end, they have a pen and paper in front of them. They will simulate their athletic signature, and you can take group photos. We'll have a brief transition. The other group of student athletes will come up and set their table, and then we'll follow with the second round of the signings. At the conclusion of that, you're welcome to get individual pictures, stay and hang out, and we also have light refreshments and drinks in the cafeteria. So at this time, we begin the FAIRHOPE Athletics signing day.
Hello, my name is Coach Carter, Tim Carter. I'm the football coach here at FAIRHOPE High School. And today we have 2 football signees that I'm extremely proud of. The first one is Desmond Thomas, Des as we call him. He's signing with Huntington College Hawks. And let's give it up for Desmond. Huntington is a Division III program in Montgomery, Alabama. It was founded in 1954 as a women's college. Did you know that, Dave? And took their first male student after World War I. I thought that was neat. It's got famous alumni. Harper Lee, who wrote To Kill a Mockingbird, who's from my hometown of Monroeville. Now, Coach Smith, who's from Monroeville, would say he's the most famous alumni of Huntington College, but that ain't the case, all right? He will play for Coach Mike Turk. Here's a neat fact. Coach Turk coached Desmond's dad at Troy State University. How about that? You know, they compete in the USA Southern Athletic Conference, and, you know, Des was a very versatile player for us. He played both and started on both offense and defense during his career. He suffered 2 shoulder injuries during that time, which kind of limited his numbers and messed some games. But his explosiveness as a runner will always be remembered for his game-winning touchdown that defeated Spanish Fort 2 years ago. Everybody remember that? All right. You know, I really believe for Coach Turk that Des can be used as their version of Travis Hunter, with both experience on offense and defense. You know, the only thing I've got for him is one piece of advice. When he goes to Huntington, if you see a woman in red walking in the dorms, run, son, run. Des Thomas, Huntington College. T.J. Harbin, Allen University, Yellow Jackets. Allen is a Division II program in Columbia, South Carolina. It's a historically black university. It plays in the SIAC conference, and it was founded in 1870. PJ will play for Coach Cedric Pearl, who coached PJ's dad at Alabama A&M. How about that? 3 seasons for us. PJ was a force for us defensively. He made over 130 tackles in 3 seasons. PJ started 3 years for us. He's 2-time All-County performer at 2 different positions. His junior year as a defensive end, his senior year as a linebacker, which shows his versatility. PJ worked extremely hard and led by example, which is one reason his fellow teammates selected him as a captain on our football team this year. And it's not because he's extremely quiet. You know PJ enters the building before you actually see PJ. He's the life of the party. He will bring great energy. And my challenge to PJ is that he become the Ray Lewis at Allen University. PJ Harvard, Allen University, Yellow Jackets.
I'm Ralph Watson, one of the boys' basketball coaches, and it is an honor, first of all, congratulations to all you young men for where you're going. And wasn't that long ago when you guys were in grade school, playing through city leagues and all that stuff, and now you have an opportunity to continue playing at the collegiate level. And I will say this, as one of the basketball coaches, these 3 young men that I'm about to introduce, Jaden Champion, Jackson Robinson, and Brock Washington, these 3 are some of the finest young men that I have been around. Being my first year back was a privilege. A lot of times when you have seniors, there's a little bit of there's change. And these guys were unbelievable in the way they pursued, what they tried to do, and what they accomplished. So I'm extremely proud of them for what lies ahead, what they've done in the past, and as they truck on and continue moving forward. So first, Jaden Champion. Jaden was, just to tell you very quickly, not only is he a talented young man, very, very gifted player, he's a guy who, in that cafeteria, when we're having our pregame meal for senior night, Jaden said, Coach, you got 6 seniors, and obviously you start 5 guys in basketball, and one's going to have to sit. Jaden said, I don't know what you decided, and I respect the way you did, but I'm going to suggest you start the other 5 seniors. So that tells you a whole lot about a young man there that Coach Robinson, you're getting, and you know you're getting a quality player at Coastal Alabama. So certainly looking forward to watching Jaden continue to play, and it's a great opportunity for him. I'm certainly looking forward to it. He cannot be more proud. And that's Jaden Champion. Jackson Robinson is a coach's kid, and you got to be heady, you got to be tough and competitive, particularly when you're playing the quarterback position, because nothing flies with the bullets that are flying around you when you're playing that position. Until you've done it, you don't understand. So with that, it translated to the game of basketball, led our team in charges, which basically is the epitome of the extreme unselfishness of a basketball player, is to put your body on the line, to get hit, to go to the ground, and to do it for the sake of your team. And not a lot of players are willing to do that. He is. And he had 3 times more charges than anybody else on our team, which tells you a lot. Played his best basketball game when it was most important. End of the season, he was tremendous. He was also selected as he was the MVP of the regional tournament, and we beat Daphne to go to the Final Four. He was your MVP, had a tremendous year, played his best basketball at the end of the year, so we could not be more proud of him, his accomplishments on the court, his leadership, and what he stood for, and looking forward to watching him play at the collegiate level with his dad. It'll be interesting. Our last senior, Brock Washington, tremendous young man, great mom and dad, just a tremendous family. Brock is the epitome for anybody out here that wants to sit where they are one day, of a guy that didn't play a lot when he was younger, as far as varsity, but a very gifted player. Outstanding feet, great quickness, strong, athletic, and is only going to get better. That's Coach Archie over at the University of Mobile is getting a good one. And he's a young man who's going to work really hard. Can't wait to watch him develop and continue to be the player that God has gifted him with the talents to have. So looking forward to watching him contribute and play at the next level. So Brock, congratulations.
Good morning, I'm Kyle Hunter, the baseball coach here at the high school. I think we're going to kind of go down on the length of how we talk about players. Coach Carter does a great job with it. Ralph explained a little bit more. We've got 7 baseball guys that are here today. I'm going to be brief talking about them for a couple of different reasons. One, we won't get out of here until lunch. If I go through each one of their accolades, everything they do. 2, we play the first round of the playoffs this weekend, so we've still got some work to do. I can tell you that the finals are 4 Wednesdays from now, you know, and we're a day away from the first one, is what our goal is. So we still got some work. We still have some things to achieve. And we also have our baseball banquet Tuesday, so moms and dads, we'll do that with the senior stuff there. Really today is more about just recognition of these guys in front of teammates, their colleagues in school, and you parents. You know, every time we do one of these, to me, it's about the kids going to get up here, but parents, you get to see where they're sitting at and see what you've invested in them too. You know, today it's more about you than it is to them, to me. You know, because the dedication that you've shown to their sport, whatever the trade is, supporting them day in, day out, that you kind of get to see that the next opportunity is coming for them right here. So, parents, thank you for that right there. All right, real quick, going through our guys, we have 2 that are going to Huntington College, also in Montgomery, Miller Humphreys, and Miles Drew Johnson. Both of these guys have played some type of capacity or role on varsity the last 4 years. By the way, these guys right here, the final count's not over with, but they have won the last 4 area championships, and while these guys have been on varsity, they've won over 100 regular season games. You know. That is a feat right there, especially with the schedule that these guys have played in competition day in, day out. Harrison Cook and Rock Gearhart are going to Coastal South Community College in Bay Minette. Sorry guys, no punchline with that. Blake Westry, University of West Alabama in Livingston. Jerry McDowell, first step of becoming one of your next U.S. Senators, is going to Marion Military Institute. One more, and I'm going to read it here. Okay. And lastly, signing will be Will Sparks, following as a legacy to the University of South Alabama. You know, I've told this, and the parents that have been around these guys, I'm consistent on what I say about that because they're consistent in the work that they do. How they show up day in, day out for practice games, their attitude, how they support one another. You know, the thing that I'm looking forward to see is not where baseball takes them, because that's going to end sooner or later. Hopefully it's later for most of them or all of them. But I'm anxious to see what they're going to do in the next step of life once they finish college, once they start their families and how they go. And I can't wait to see these guys come back and the men that they're going to be for this community, wherever they land at, and the leaders of their homes in the next generation. So it's been a privilege for me to be a part of these guys up to this point. I hope we still got a lot of time left. And I thank you for that, men. Thank you.
Okay, parents, friends, if you want to get your cameras ready, we're fixing to allow these athletes to pick the pen up and sign their scholarship. Okay, if everyone will just remain seated. brief transition of the athletes, and then we'll commence with round 2. Okay, thank you. Once again, this is a great problem to have. When you have so many athletes that are signing, you have to have 2 groups. That's just something that we'll accept and be proud of. Again, group of tremendous athletes, student athletes. You know, some of these athletes also have their pictures on our walls for being in our 30 Club. It's other awesome academic achievements. So this is not just athletic representation that we're talking about here. These students have had to perform at a level academically to move on to the collegiate level. And that deserves a big clap.
Good morning. I'm Pamela Brewer and head coach of the cheer program here at FAIRHOPE. And we have Kylie Hester signing with Coastal. I encourage girls to try out for Coastal every year, and rarely do I get any because they want to go away. But Coastal is one of the few colleges that gives a full ride to their cheer athletes. And I tell them, follow the money, follow the money. And your parents will thank you. We'll get you at a big school in 2 years. she had a real tryout. She showed up for some clinics, and the coaches saw what she had to offer. I'm like, yeah, we probably better get you hooked right now before there's a tryout. So fun things about Kylie. She is one of the most naturally gifted female athletes I've ever had the pleasure to work with. She's fearless. It doesn't matter if I say, hey, Kylie, you just like go ahead and throw a full right here on this wooden floor. She'd say, okay, and off she'd go. It's illegal, we wouldn't do that, but she would do it. She came to us her freshman year as a softball player. She had never cheered, and that's unusual in high school. All of a sudden you go from one sport to another. But she'd never cheered, but she took some ribbing and pressure from the Grant twins, who cheered for me and graduated last year. And on the softball field, the story goes, they asked her about if she could do a tuck, and I think she asked like a backflip, and she did. She just threw it right there, and they came and told me about it, and I said, bring her in. So we made a cheerleader out of her in no time. So she cheered JV her 10th grade year, and she cheered 2 years on varsity, all 3 years on our competition team. She is a powerhouse. She's been a pillar to our program, and she will absolutely be an asset to the Coyotes. She's been our muscle, and our most likely to crack a joke, our most likely to be in a chaperone commercial, and most likely to say something inappropriate, but in the very best way. And I am going to miss her terribly. When I think about it, I actually get tearful. Anyway, stay wild, child. Do great things.
Hello, everyone. I'm Jordan Smithy. I'm the assistant varsity volleyball coach here at FAIRHOPE, and today I'm speaking on behalf of Mackenzie, who is signing to Meridian Community College. First and foremost, I would like to thank Mackenzie for letting me be a part of this very pivotal moment of her volleyball career. This past season was my first year coaching at FAIRHOPE, and walking into the start of the season, Mackenzie was quite literally the only girl I knew here. I'm trying not to cry, okay? Just bear with me here. I got the honor of coaching Mackenzie for a tournament during club season when I started FAIRHOPE. Up to that point, I had been coaching at Storm for about 3 years. My first year there, Mackenzie caught my eye very early on. First thing about Mackenzie, and if you watch her, you'll recognize this pretty fast. She has an insane amount of power. I loved watching her in practice, and I started to see the love that she had for the sport. When I got the amazing opportunity to finally coach her, there was so much more to unravel about her. While Mackenzie was very good at her craft, she continued to strive to get better, and that is what separates a good player from a great one. I could go on and on about her playing abilities, but my favorite quality about her is she listens and she corrects.
Her favorite question is, Coach Jordan, what do I need to fix? But no matter what the answer to her question was, she'd fix it the very next play. Mackenzie is passionate, attentive, hardworking, the list goes on and on. It is a very bittersweet moment to have a player move on to the next level. While I can't put into words how proud I am of her, I don't want to let go of her just yet. Mackenzie, I wish you the absolute best. Use the talent that God gave you to its fullest potential. My one piece of advice for you is to enjoy it. From the bad to the good, enjoy every second. Good luck to you on your upcoming season. I love you dearly, and I wish you the best of luck.
Check. Sorry about that. How about Mr. Howard? Give it up for Mr. Howard. He started to sing a little karaoke right here for a minute when he's coming across the floor. Hey, it's my privilege today to get to talk about Ty Watkins. Ty Watkins is signing with Samford University Bulldogs. Give it up. Samford is a Division I program, an FCS program that's in the Southern Conference. It's located in Birmingham, Alabama, and Samford was founded in 1841.
Ty will be a sprinter for their track team, I don't need it. This season he has ran a 10.28 100 meters and a 20.87 200 meters. He is currently ranked #1 in the state in both of those events. Give it up. And Michael Rogers told me that those are the fastest times in FAIRHOPE history. That's pretty amazing. I was so glad he moved here because he played a little football as well. And he excelled academically with a 3.8 GPA. That's great when you can maintain those grades. Played 2 sports. But the most impressive thing to me about Ty's unbelievable character is at the end of his junior football season, I think it was around week 7, Ty had a major knee injury towards ACL, had to go under the knife for a major surgery. Usually that takes 4 to 5 months to rehab. I saw him out there in December and January with a knee brace on with his dad running on the track. I said, no way, no way. He competed that spring after a major knee injury wearing a huge brace, and at one point in time had the fastest time in the 100 meters going into the state track meet. Finished second, medal, but just I've never seen so much heart and determination. It was amazing to me to watch that happen. Track's still in season. So I got a feeling we're going to be celebrating a state champion come the end of track season. So I'm looking forward to that. Samford's getting a winner. It will not surprise me if we're not watching the Olympics one day and Ty Watkins is running for the U.S. team. Give it up, Ty Watkins.
Hello, my name is Brittany Davidson, and I'm the cross-country coach here at FAIRHOPE, and I'm here today, and I have the privilege to talk about Noah Wyatt, who will be signing a letter of intent with Coastal Community College. Noah's hard work, character, and determination are all the qualities that define him. Receiving the scholarship is a testament to Noah's potential and promise in cross-country, and as he prepares to embrace this new chapter, he remains focused on his goals on the trail and track. With his determination and hard work, there's no doubt he will continue to make strides in his athletic and academic pursuits. He's worked extremely hard the past 4 years. Really, this past summer, I saw a little switch turn on in his head. He wanted to continue after high school and running college, and he's put in the work, and it's paid off. But the work continues. It's just on a much bigger stage and bigger level, and I know you're ready to run the next level and you're prepared. Some of the stats, looking back from 2022, his first 5K he ran was a 28:11. Well, this past year at our state cross-country meet, he had a PR with a time of 18:48. After completing his associate's degree at Coastal, he plans on getting a job at Austell in welding. Noah, I just want to thank you for your dedication and commitment, not just as a senior, but for the past 4 years. And the FAIRHOPE family is so proud of you and cannot wait to see it excel at the next level.
Good morning. My name is Dan Harden. I'm the volunteer high school JV soccer coach. For most high school athletes, signing day is the exception. It's not the norm. And our soccer program is no different. On average, only 1 or 2 seniors each year commit to continuing their soccer careers at the collegiate level. And some years, we may not have any signings at all. So it begs the question, why do we coach? Is it to develop college athletes, or is it to help boys grow into men? For me, the answer is clear. I choose the latter. However, being here on signing day is a well-celebrated byproduct of choosing to invest my time and energy into the 2 passions I love most, soccer and helping boys grow into men. As I reflect back over my nearly 15 years of coaching at FAIRHOPE, I am most proud of how our boys conduct themselves, both on and off the pitch. Our emphasis on character development, sportsmanship, and grit has shaped young men with a strong work ethic and who know how to easily compete and win with humility and lose with grace. It's not always easy, but it's always worth it. Morgan's sophomore year was one of those seasons full of highs and lows. Our JV team had just defeated McGill 3-0 in the Buccaneer Bash Final, only to lose 4-0 to them the week later. To make matters worse, we faced St. Michael's twice that season and suffered a combined 11-0 defeat. Did the sophomores, who are now seniors, give up, accepting defeat, believing they would never amount to anything else? No. These same seniors are area champions and are ready to host Baker at Volanta next week for the first round of the state playoffs. My point is this: true strength does not come from winning. On the contrary, your struggles are what develop your strength. When you face adversity and choose not to surrender, that is where true strength lies. The real test of character is how you confront your challenges. Morgan's journey through our program was far from easy. He was determined to represent his high school at the varsity level. But at a 7A school, it's common for players to spend their entire junior year as substitutes, only getting a few minutes here and there sprinkled in. Morgan wanted more. Unfortunately, he started his senior year with his spot in the starting 11 just as uncertain as it was in his junior year. He was discouraged and feeling desperate. Morgan always felt comfortable confiding in me. My advice never changed. Stay true to your passion, embrace your adversity, and trust that perseverance will make you stronger and better in the end. In the end, Morgan persevered. He has become an integral part of our defense. His kind soul, his youthful face, and his fierce fighting attitude set a high standard for leading with compassion and battling with unrelentless intensity. Morgan and the 2 other gentlemen that are here today embody the high-intensity fighting spirit at the core of our program. Morgan, I am not only proud of how far you've come, but I am also confident that you will represent us with honor at Enterprise State.
Good morning. My name is Paul Stroud. I am the head coach of the boys soccer program here at FAIRHOPE. And it is my pleasure to introduce the two remaining soccer players on the table. But first, I want to say, hey, morning. Good job, buddy. I know how much you work and what this means to you, and I'm very proud. So I want to spend a second, I want to talk about Pat, and I want to talk about Chance. What's great about this job, and I'm not going to retread what Dan said, but I concur with every sentence of it. What's really cool about this job is watching them roll in as 8th graders. Both of those cats did a summer camp. Now, Pat was a baby elephant. He couldn't stand, he struggled building into his body. But what was very clear about Pat early on was he had a brain for the game. I'm just going to share some excerpts. In this journey, I've written a couple of rec letters. And what I've said about Patrick in those rec letters are simply this. He's a top shelf ball winner. He is a tenacious, hard-nosed midfielder. He's a good passer of the ball with great range. But his best attributes is his leadership and his mentality. See, to go back to what Dan said, the tenacity. Patrick, along with the other two, refused to lose. Pat's force of personality has drugged this team across the line more times than I've got to use to tell you. All three of these gentlemen are integral parts of the 7A semifinal run that we did last year, winning 2 road games that we had no business winning. But Pat's biggest attribute is his leadership. He galvanizes the team, and that team fight for it. So Enterprise State is getting exactly what they need as a brand new program. Chance. I don't know if y'all remember Luke Freer, but Luke Freer was 3 times the height of Chance when Chance was in 8th grade. Well, Chance might have stood 4'5". And the great thing about the summer is you get older kids and younger kids in the playing. And I remember at halftime, and Luke Freer, for those who don't remember Luke, I didn't use him. Luke stood every bit, he was probably a sophomore, every bit of 6'3", 6'4", and he just looked at me and says, Coach, who's that little dude who keeps telling me what to do? But that's Chance. Chance takes chaos and turns it into order as a football, because he's a top shelf football. Eat-a-foot, vision, he's got a third eye. And what you've developed into is a fighter and a battle. And as an alumnus of Huntington College, a former player at Huntington College, I am thrilled that you are going. And I look forward to seeing all of this play. Thank you.
Sadie's going to be playing at University of Mobile for the next 4 years. And I remember Sadie when she was a freshman. And the first thing you notice about Sadie is her size. Okay? And then you put her on the field and you watch her play. And I've never seen a player embody the phrase that you can't measure the size of a dog in a fight, you have to measure the size of the fight in a dog. And Sadie had one of the biggest hearts. She had plays with so much passion. She worked so hard. And she had worked her way into a soccer scholarship. For Sadie and for the rest of you guys, you are part of 7% of high school athletes in the country that will sign to play at any level, junior college or whatever it may be, to play in college. So that is a phenomenal stat for you to be a part of, and for us as a school to have so many people be a part of that 7%. And that's a testament to all of your hard work. It's a testament to your parents. It's a testament to your coaches. Sadie embodies teammate. I have put Sadie anywhere we needed her on the field, and she has never complained about it, which is unusual for a soccer player. All right, but I played her at center back. I played her at outside back, at midfield, at forward, and wherever we have needed Sadie to go to help the team, she has always been more than willing to do that. And that's the kind of person and player that Mobile is getting. The ultimate teammate, the most unselfish individual I have ever been around, willing to do whatever it is that we need her to do to help the team succeed. With Sadie, it's always about the team, it's never about Sadie. And Sadie has the right mentality. Sadie has championship dreams, but she also has a championship approach. She approaches practice the right way. She approaches film the right way. She approaches team meetings the right way. She approaches workouts the right way. And that's what you fall in love with as a coach. It's not necessarily how they play on the field. It's the things they do, the intangibles, their leadership, like Coach Stroud said. Those are the things that separate good athletes from great athletes. It's not the on-the-field stuff, it's the off-the-field stuff, the commitment to be a good leader, to be a good teammate. And that's what Mobile's going to get. And I have no doubt that whatever path Sadie decides to choose for her life, she's going to be successful because she's going to approach it with the same mentality that she does everything else. There is no option for failure. There's only one path, and that's forward, and that's to success. Sadie, I'm so proud of you.
Good morning. My name is Andy Quint. I work for Mobile Rush and principal of the WPSL team. Moments like this don't happen by accident. They're the result of years of effort, not just from the player, but from teammates, families, coaches, and mentors. Today we're here to celebrate Haven and the incredible journey that's led her to sign up Transylvania University. Now, I have the unique perspective of being Haven's coach and her parent, and I'll be honest, I never wanted to be her coach. It's something I didn't seek out. It just happened, and once it did, I knew it would come with challenges for both of us. We committed to it, and she's had to work 10 times harder than anyone else because of it. When you're the coach's kid, there can't be any doubt. No excuses, no special treatment. She's earned every opportunity she's had through grit and effort. Nothing was handed to her. In fact, there was a time I wasn't even sure soccer was Haven's path. I actually tried to convince Haven to play volleyball. We had just moved here. She was in 6th grade, and I didn't know that she was attending a club tryout. We showed up underprepared and overwhelmed. She was behind, really behind. After the fact, I found out Haven went to the bathroom and had a good cry prior to the tryout. Frustrated and humiliated, she walked back onto that court and pushed herself through 2 grueling hours of pure humiliation, knowing she was behind, knowing people were watching, and refusing to quit. It was really that day I stopped questioning if Haven had what it took to play the next level. Over the years, she's grown into a fierce attacking midfielder, a player with vision, creativity, and fearlessness. She's the engine that keeps the game moving forward, constantly asking more of herself and the people around her. And as her coach, I can confidently say she's one of the hardest working athletes I've ever known. One of the most defining moments of Haven's journey came when she had to make a choice between playing high school soccer and committing to club year-round. That decision wasn't easy after 2 years on varsity. It meant missing out on moments with her friends, school spirit, and everything that comes with wearing your high school jersey. But she made the tough call for her future, and the sacrifice paid off last March when she was offered a spot at Transylvania.
Even then, her excitement was mixed with doubt, not about school, not about the opportunity, but about what others might think, because it wasn't D1. Because it didn't fit into other people's definition of making it. And I'll tell you what I told her. Being a college athlete at any level is not something most people get to do. It's not something anyone should ever take lightly, and it's something no one can take away from you. Transylvania University is getting more than a talented player. They're getting someone who knows how to sacrifice, how to commit, how to lead, and how to rise when the odds are against her. Haven, I'm proud of you, not just for the moments you shined, but for the moments you struggled and kept going anyway, for choosing growth over comfort, for turning out the noise and trusting your own path. You didn't take the shortcuts, you didn't coast, you earned it every step of the way. I want to leave you and everyone here with this quote by author James Clear. You do not rise to the level of your goals, you fall to the level of your systems. You've built your systems, you've built your habits, and because of that, you're ready. This is only the beginning, and I cannot wait to see what you do next. Congratulations, Aiden. I'm proud to be your coach. I'm even more proud to be your parent.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Trevor Powell. I'm the head softball coach here at FAIRHOPE High School, and I have the honor to present to you our senior LK Prince, the signing from the University of Louisville. LK is, to me, the picture of perseverance. I remember little LK came out her 7th grade year, and we were at tryouts, and the second day of tryouts, I'm throwing bat in practice, and one kind of sticks to my hand, and she's standing in there, and it does not move, and it hits her right in the forehead. Never got out of the way or anything, and she stood in there and took that. And then whenever the list came out, she was not on the list and did not make it her 7th grade year. It's a compounding problem. She did not let that stop her. She came out her 8th grade year, proved us wrong, and made the team her 8th grade year, and was a huge contributor on JV her 8th and 9th grade year. Came up her 10th grade year, actually started for us in the state championship game in the outfield. Her 10th grade year, probably 5th inning of the first game, she's going over the left center field with our center fielder, goes behind her, kind of idles down, and then falls. And we're like, what is going on? She tore her ACL on a non-contact, just kind of jogging after a ball in the state tournament, had to sit out her whole 11th grade year. Came back at the end of her 11th grade year last year, played some for us. But this year she's come back. She's played a very important role for us this year. She's played some outfield. She's played some second base, ran bases for us. LK, whenever you talk about student athletes, LK for the last 4 years has juggled being in the IB program as well as playing softball. She's probably the smartest kid in our whole program. She is an absolutely wonderful person to be around, and we could not be more proud of LK. LK, congratulations. We're super proud.
All right, good morning. My name is Kevin Watson. I'm the head boys golf coach. It's my privilege to get to speak for a couple minutes about Tyler Smith, who will be continuing his golf career at the University of Mobile. Tyler has been on the FHS golf team for the last 3 years, but has been playing golf competitively for many years before joining our program. This was very evident to me when he tried out as a sophomore. For several reasons, I generally am kind of hesitant to add new players beyond their freshman year. Golf's kind of different, you've got to play it a lot. But when Tyler tried out, it did not take me long to know he would be an exception to that policy that I have. After seeing him hit just a few shots on the range that day, I could see his natural athleticism and knew he would definitely be an asset to our program if he had the opportunity to focus and improve on his game. Since then, Tyler has been one of the hardest working players on the team, striving to make improvements and contribute at the varsity level. His hard work paid off last year towards the end of his junior season when he qualified for a spot in our top 5 just before playoffs began, and maintained that spot in the group, made a deep playoff run, finishing 3rd in the state in 7A, only 2 strokes out of 2nd. Tyler's a fierce competitor, which has and will serve him well. He has kept his spot in our top 5 this season, and as our only senior has really stepped up as a leader for us, even earning the nickname Unk from his teammates. We begin our playoff run for this season this coming Monday, and I'm excited to see how Tyler steps up and leads our team. Wherever this season ends for us and for Tyler, he will get to continue playing competitive golf at the University of Mobile, which I think is a great fit for him. University of Mobile is a Christian faith-centered university. You know Tyler and his family. You know the importance of faith to them. Their men's golf program has been competing for almost 40 years with a history of national top 10 finishes in the NAIA division. I believe Coach Jackson sees much of the same potential in Tyler that I saw 3 years ago at that tryout, and recognizes that if he continues to work hard and develop his course and mental management, he can still make even greater strides as a golfer. But more importantly, I believe Coach Jackson also sees the high-quality person that Tyler is, and knows that regardless of his golf scores, Tyler is the kind of young man you want in your program. So for myself, Coach Ballard, your teammates, your family, and your many friends and peers here at FAIRHOPE, we're incredibly proud of you for this accomplishment and wish you all the best in your career as a Ram. Congratulations, Tyler.
All right, parents and friends, if you want to get your cameras ready, student athletes, if you'll take the pen and sign your scholarship. All right, I want to thank everyone for coming. That's going to conclude the ceremony. However, you're welcome to stick around and take individual or group pictures, and we also have light refreshments in the cafeteria.
It's all down to her, you know that. Just a little piece. I'll be that piece. She's been a pleasure to coach. So I'm excited to see her. Good, good, good. One more. Well, they play next Tuesday against the Bulls. So it goes like it should.